Hello, this is Eli J. Brown / Eli J. Brony, and a while back I did an attempt to try to create Crunchy, a Hero Factory dog, by combining Explode and Corroder together without undoing the ball and socket pieces, because I didn't want to risk breaking them, because they are not very reliable. In this case, what I have here is a model of Crunchy, and this time it uses parts that were purchased off of Bricklink, though some of them were parts that I already had. Now, of course, in making this, I did my very best to only use parts that came from Explode and Corroder. However, I was not successful in doing that. I was just not able to figure out where everything was supposed to go. I referenced it from the picture. If you need to see the picture, I'll be sure to leave a link to the picture so you can see it, like either in an annotation or in the description below. So basically what I had to do was just cheat. I had to use pieces that didn't come with either set, and that was this piece, this piece right here, and these pieces. I had to use those because, well, with the parts that only came with the two sets, I just could not figure out how to attach the head. I tried all sorts of different ways on attaching the rest of the body so I could have pieces to attach the head on properly. I just could not figure out how to do it, because there are no instructions online, at least not any that I know of, as of the time of the posting of this video. But maybe sometime in the future, if you're watching this video very long after the time of its posting, there may actually be some instructions to this out there somewhere. I just do not know if there are any out there, and, well, if I ever do find that there are instructions, I may take a look at them and see what sort of things I exactly got wrong, but basically, this is the best I could come up with, just looking at the picture. Alright, enough about how I actually built this. Now I'm going to talk about, well, the overall look. So, basically, this is supposed to be like a dog, and I don't get why he's called Crunchy, but I guess it makes sense because he has the mask from Explode. And, you know, Explode has the teeth. There's a bit of dust on here. Some teeth in the mask, and I guess that's supposed to represent crunching. I'm not quite sure, and I suppose that these are supposed to be like the ears. They're just drooping down right now. And what's also interesting is that the Thornax launcher pieces, they're not used as launcher pieces, but instead they're used like, well, I'm not quite sure what they're supposed to be at this point, though you can't actually use them for shooter pieces. I mean, it kind of looks like you could in the center, but not really. And I'm guessing that's these pieces right here, which are pretty much the acid shooter pieces that came from Corroder. I think they're supposed to be like the legs, the front legs, but they don't reach to the ground unless you maybe bend the back legs. Speaking of the back legs, what we have are the claw feet from Corroder, and the leg pieces, well, they're used as legs in this case, but on the original set on Corroder, they were used for arms. And this uses both main body pieces from either set, one to be used on the lower part, which is where the legs are attached to, and one to be used on the upper part, where these attached to. Not quite sure what those are supposed to be. So, and the spikes at the top, added those on. This one in the back, wasn't sure if there was actually one, as I couldn't see one in the picture, but I just assumed that because two were used on here, used an extra one for that. So, and another thing to also point out is that I actually use the Brain Attack style of head for this instead of the original Blitorian head. This was to save money. So just took a brain attack headpiece that I already had and used that since I had it. And because I actually used that piece, I could have actually did this and had the mask attached on the other way. It kind of hits down on the front, this front part right here. So, oh, that shouldn't have happened. Turn it back this way. And put the mask on. So, there you go. Now, I know there are going to be some people who are asking, am I going to upload any instructions to build this? Right now, the answer is no. Why? Because it was quite complicated to try to get this thing built, and, well, I just cannot risk having to, just take apart some things, because some things were flopping about, which I had to adjust to make sure that they didn't do that. Maybe at some point I will put instructions to make this, but for right now, I'm just not going to do it. This was just kind of very difficult to make, because, well, here's another thing. Watch this, look, see? You can take this off, right there. I mean, it's very easy to keep on, but you can take it off. Not accidentally, but you can if you wanted to. So that is all that I have for this week. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.